Hello, everyone. Welcome to the first live episode of A Tale of Wizards and Bribes. Hi there, guys. Hello, Alexei, Nafmi.
Hi.
Hi.
Thanks for joining in. And hello, live viewers. This is new. Quick recap for those of you who may not be aware or who were not just watching the VOD. We are going to be playing Dungeons and Dragons in the Blood Bowl universe. I'm going to be playing Siegfried the Wicked, who is a wizard with a bit of an iffy background. And Nafmi, would you like to introduce yourself?
Yeah, I'm Nafmi, and I shall be playing Alexei, a former kislev catcher who has a limp for some reason.
And over there we have Allard. He'll be playing everyone else.
Yes, basically everyone else. That's right.
That's how this works, right?
That's right.
Cool.
4 months ago, Galen has finally returned, but he has found that things are in a bad state. And that's where you two came in. Basically, he sought the two of you out, told you both that he respected your abilities, and he wanted to use your skills off the pitch to make sure that Lenkster Shield would be successful and regain the glory that it used to have.
As long as I don't have to play Blood Bowl, I think I'm going to be okay.
Well, it's a very dangerous sport, isn't it?
It's an excellent sport.
It's fun. Don't you enjoy it? That's real. The excitement.
I'm emotional because of the story. So good. So
Thank
very
you.
good.
Thank you. It's good to hear. Yes, that's the tragic past of the Guardians and Lenkster Shield, and how they were once great, but now not so much.
So we are meant to make sure the team prospers by benefiting them off the pitch.
Galen hasn't been entirely clear what you're going to do, but you know that he's going to ask you to do things very quickly. And it is clear that you're not supposed to play.
Sorry. Is he going to ask us to do stuff really fast or soon?
Soon.
Oh.
He will soon be more specific.
Yeah, he will soon be more specific. Right. So, you guys are in Risted.
Good old Risted.
We
Yes.
can show everyone what Risted looks like.
This is
How do we do
Risted.
this again?
This
Yes.
is where Risted is. There you go.
Yes. Anyway, show to players. That was it. There we go. Now you should see it, right?
Yes.
Yes.
We see it.
Nice and peaceful Risted. And as we discussed last time, Risted is a very tranquil and nice place to live for people. And despite things being, Ostland is in a very unruly state at the moment with lots of different factions vying for power. But Risted is, for the most part, still a very safe and nice place to live, which is also good for you guys because you spend most of your time there.
So we're safe.
Well, it's fairly provincial, though.
Yeah, well, I mean, for you perhaps, but most people, this is like incredible, more than 5 houses. Sounds quite something.
How many houses are we talking about? Like 500? Like, oh.
No, it's
This is a city.
It's got I think something roughly around 5,000 houses. I think that's about it. It's quite big.
Come from a place like 5 houses, you go to a place that has 5,000.
Yeah,
You're like,
it's
I'm
impressive.
a different planet now.
The farmers that live around here are walk in wide-eyed and they're like, "What is this magical place? How can this be?"
The peasants are so easily impressed.
Yes, indeed. But that makes them so much fun.
I'm impressed every single day.
Right. So the situation you guys are in, you've both received word from a messenger that you're supposed to see Galen. And I propose that before you guys start your journey, the two of you meet somewhere because you've both met before and you both know that you've both been summoned and are sort of expected to arrive at the same time. So I think it makes sense for you guys to meet each other, and I'll give you guys a moment to just interact.
All right. What up, Beardy?
I'm probably arriving roughly 10 minutes after the time we were supposed to meet.
I'll probably be there 20 minutes early just so I can start drinking.
Good. I see you're here. Excellent.
Hey, what up, man? How you doing?
Acceptable.
Okay. Oh, right. You're all formal and shit. Okay. Yes, I too am acceptable. I am slightly, what's the word, inebriated?
I'm tempted to pat you on the head, but I'll refrain for now.
I know words now. Yeah, I've been reading some stuff.
That's most commendable.
Yeah. So, do you
Are
have
you
any
sure
idea?
Are you sure this is the proper way to go and greet our Lord and Benefactor?
I glance into my almost empty tankard.
Another.
You're right. I should finish this because walking with a half-empty tankard would be weird, right?
Yes.
That is exactly
Nearby,
what
one
I
of
meant.
the waitresses is eyeing you from a distance, and she seems a little bit shy. And you think you both have the impression that she likes Alexei to a degree.
I like myself to a degree, so I'm more than expecting her to like me to a degree as well.
Okay, well that's nice.
I
Isn't
wave
that
her
lovely?
over. I wave her to come over.
She comes over, doesn't meet your eyes.
That's
and,
fine.
Kind of just says, "So, can I help you, sir?"
Well, yes, you can. My friend and I, we should be arriving at the Lord's place in about, I think, 20 minutes or something. Siegfried?
Yes, we are already almost late.
All right, so that means we have time for one more beer.
We would
Now, my
like to
friend
check,
here,
please.
So my friend Siegfried over here, he only drinks like the good stuff, like the imperial stuff. Do you have any of that on tank?
Not today, please.
Oh, you know the Lord.
The Lord knows me.
Do you know Galen?
Yes.
That Lord, yes. Now, my friend here really needs to leave.
Fine. Here's 3 good pieces of gold, and I will be back.
Do I have to drag your cripple ass across the street?
No. That shall not be necessary. I am a former player of the great game of Blood Bowl. I shall not be dragged through any kind of street.
Excellent. Let's go.
All right, onward.
All right. I have more reading to do and something to show you.
Ooh.
Yes. Behold,
No.
Lenkster grounds.
Awesome.
So,
That is
Lenkster
pretty
Castle
fancy.
is protected by a thick grey stone outer wall. The wall rises a good 15 feet and has several towers placed along it. Both the towers and the walls are covered by battlements, aimed at protecting the defenders from enemy fire. The banners of House von Raukov are proudly displayed on each tower, wavering gently in the wind. You see a few guards, but right now the castle is protected by a skeleton crew. You know most of the guards are down in the village or the surrounding region, keeping the peace. Despite being undermanned, the walls are grand enough to fill you with a sense of pride and comfort. If worse came to worse, you can hide behind these walls. You
I can
enter
do
the
that.
grounds. Yes, you could. That's probably you would. You enter the grounds. At least I imagine you.
We're almost late, thanks to Mr. Pegleg here.
So you just wave past the guard.
Alexei is never late.
It's just that the rest of the world is early.
Exactly. That is exactly the way it is.
Interesting.
I mean,
I think I've just reloaded my roll d20. So give me a moment.
Interesting.
Yeah.
No worries.
Hold on.
So, Alexei, do you know exactly what he has planned for us? Do you have any idea?
I wish. I'm actually acting really cool and all about this, but I have no idea. I just hope it's not boring. I mean, that'd be terrible, right?
I doubt it.
I mean, but still, you gotta wonder. I mean, pretty awesome. And you, well, you're you. And so that could mean only two things. You're here to write about my victories. How's your scripture?
I am going to let that slide for now.
Not that good.
I am a wizard.
So
I am
you're
a
good
graduate. I am a graduate of the College of Magic.
So you're good with books.
Okay, we're going in.
All right, we're going in.
He stalks off, not looking to see whether he's followed.
All right,
limp after him.
As you enter the grounds proper, I'll describe them. You enter the grounds of Lenkster Castle. The air here is warmer than it is beyond the walls. Before you stands Lenkster Castle, hidden behind the inner wall. The gate to the inner wall is unlocked, and you see the gate bridge is lowered. A single guard stands at the entrance of the castle and gives you a nod and a smile. The path leading.
What up, Archie?
He says, "Hey."
I like Archie.
He's also always cheerful. The path leads from the outer to the inner gate, leads through a garden. Exotic plants with brightly colored flowers have been placed with clear purpose. The plants form all sorts of shapes that are pleasing to the eyes. To your left, placed against the natural stone of the middle mountains, is a large pool area. Steam rises from the pools. You can see a few people lounging at the pool. Several servants are busily tending to their needs. To the right, you see the training field of Lenkster Shield. About half a dozen players are on the field. They're shouting and running. You can't tell what they're doing, but there's an air of dedication about them.
See,
My character looks at it wistfully.
this is civilization.
Yes, it is.
This is awesome. My character shouts some stuff about some of the other guys having to kill the other guys.
Right. You don't really get to see too much of what they're doing, but you can already tell, as someone who's played the game at some time, is that most of them have no idea what they're doing, and it seems like there's maybe one or two that do.
And this is the main team?
Yeah.
No, this has to be like the reserve. The main team's still coming.
Let's hope. So, before we go on, there is something else which we also discussed in the prologue, and that is viewer interaction. So,
Ooh.
we want to give the viewers a chance to vote on a few things. And here's the first thing, and it is the following. Lenkster Shield has recently had the chance to pick up a promising new player, and you, the viewers, get to choose who that player is. So, if all works properly, you should be able to follow this link to a poll.
Can we vote?
You guys can vote if you want.
Awesome, I'm voting.
And that's about who this new player is.
All right. Shall I read out the options maybe for those on YouTube who cannot see the poll?
Go ahead.
All right. So the first option is Brielle Gale, overly energetic and positive. Overall good stats with a focus on defense, skills like dodge and guard. The second option is Dax Towen, a monotone-voiced and expressionless person. He has high offensive and defensive skills, mighty blow and guard. Number 3, Clay Warrington, arrogant and all smiles. High agility and fair offense, skills like dodge and sure hands. And we have Platt Carpens, insecure and unstable, balanced stats, skills like frenzy and block. That sounds like unstable, right?
Yeah.
I may have just voted for the last guy.
Well, that's possible. So, you guys can vote and then the voice acting examples. I do have ideas about how I would voice act them, but I don't want to, bog the session down too much with this. So,
people need a little time to vote anyway. So you might as
yeah,
well.
exactly. You'll have some time to vote. If we don't get to the point where I wanted to conclude the vote before the session is over, I can give you the examples at the end of the session.
You have
But
like
you
4
don't need
different
them
ones,
now.
right?
I have 4 different ones. Yes. But for
Respect.
Good
now,
stuff.
let's continue onwards. So let's see. We have had this. Right. I'm pretty sure. I'm quickly looking up which tab I need to be at. And I think it's this one. Yes. All right. Yes, this one. Right. So here we go. If all is well, you should see Lenkster Castle.
Yes.
Dude, it looks like a cathedral.
Yes, it does. But, a lot of imperial buildings kind of look like temples. So it kind of fits.
Yeah, I'm not knocking it. I'm just saying.
Yeah. So, I guess you guys enter, right? And head
Yes.
towards Galen's office.
Yeah.
I
Alright.
brush off some of the food stains on my robe and
I help
walk inward.
Art says, "You look great, man. Don't worry about it."
I say thanks and walk on.
Yeah. You are led through the antechamber to Galen von Raukov's office. The office is neat. The wall to the right has shelves which are filled with books, most of them thick with letters you don't recognize. To the other side of the room is a desk with 2 piles of papers and a quilt on it. 4 chairs stand around the desk, 2 clearly intended for you. A third chair sits behind the desk with Galen von Raukov on it. He is just handing a pack of papers to 2 of his servants. He gestures for them to leave as you enter. Against the back wall stands a large screen connected to a blue orb. This thing is a magic vision, an upgrade from the old simple magic balls. It's able to display broadcasts from the channels. Right now it's on Osland's version of cable MV. He gestures for you not to speak, clearly interested in what's about to be said on the television. Or actually,
When my character sees the Cabal Vision sphere, his face gets cloudy for a moment, and he walks in not saying anything.
My character drools like he's just seen a new flat screen LCD about 100 inches. He just slithers over to watch.
Yes, on the screen you see 2 figures, which you probably do recognize because you have been involved with the sport to some degree, and these people are known as Kinda Firebringer and Rishley Blackwood. Kinda is Kainda, I should say, because kinda sounds really weird.
Kinda, yeah.
Yeah, kind of weird. Kainda is a elven woman, which is known to be a very successful cheerleader in the past.
Cool.
And Rishley Blackwood is an ex-bloodbowl player. And the 2 of them have been doing the broadcasts about the Osland competition for about 10 years now.
Cool.
So,
And since Blood Bowl is like the biggest thing in the world, chances
They're
are
famous.
they are really, really famous here.
yeah, they are indeed. Kinda is Kainda is a very beautiful elven woman, and as you see her, she is wearing an expensive-looking dress. Rishley, on the other hand, looks like he's basically just come out of the locker room with his dark hair all over the place. Kinda looks at the direction of the viewers and says, "The Blood Bowl season is about to begin, Osland." And Rishley says, "Exciting season. I'm looking forward to it." Kinda says, "Yes. And the greatest thing about it is there's more races in the Osland competition this year. There's elven teams. Oh, it's so wonderful. We'll get to see some proper games and it won't be boring. There's also some disgusting chaos and other things like that. But at least they're less boring than humans." Riesel is boring. Humans aren't boring. We were the best players of the game. And there's all sorts of humans. There's Imperials and Bretonians and Norse and Kislev and Amazon. And they all like to get stuck in.
I like this guy.
Yes.
I'm a
that's
fan.
Very nice. But to be honest, they're kind of bad at it though, aren't they? I mean, they do try, but mostly they just die. And it's kind of embarrassing to look at them. Riesel says, no. The human teams are promising this year. You've got the Dapper Man, you've got Burbage Gatekeepers, and of course you got Lenkster Shield. And Kinda kind of moves the camera over to her. Why isn't the camera on me? This guy, come on. Weasley just grabs the back and says, Lenkster Shield is the most exciting team. They were a total disaster last year. But this year is going to be different.
All new Lenkster team.
And Kinda says, yes, it's going to be entirely different. This year they're going to be wonderful. I mean, Vasily is going to lead the victory. I have so much faith in him. Riesel says,
I sense sarcasm on this lady. Seriously.
But Vasily doesn't run the team anymore. No, Galen does. He's back. And that's going to change everything. Because Galen is a man who knows how to lead. Guinness have fun. Well, we'll have to wait and see, I suppose. But until I see them play, I'm not impressed.
I try and judge Galen's response as he watches this on the Cabal Vision feed.
Galen looks intensely, and you can see that from his frown that he's worried.
I say, if I notice that as well, I say, do not worry, my lord. Lenkster Shield. We're back. It's gonna be great.
He passes you a glance, but he waits for her to finish what she's about to say. Kinder says, and if he doesn't succeed, I'm sure the fans who will have to sort him out are here. They're running out of patience with the Farokos. At that point, the broadcast ends and goes over to commercials, where you see an orc running around with half-broken shoes. And then some other orc shows up and he says, try these! Anyway.
Orc commercials are so intelligent, really.
Try these on now! They're awesome for your feet.
And he turns to you two of you and says, I'm sorry for letting you wait like that. But I wanted to see what they had to say.
That is all right. We are at your disposal.
What he said.
How's that fun? Great. I hate to admit it, but the elf is right. If we don't do well this season, I don't think the Van Walkers will have a future. Everything rides on this.
What would you have us do?
I called you both here and made sure that you worked for me because I have faith in your abilities. He looks at Siegfried.
I look at you like, I told you.
He is an excellent bard, though.
As van, you were once a very successful wizard. As van, a lot of people have lost faith in you. But I know your abilities are true. And I know your mind is sharp. So, despite what others might think, I know you have what it takes. And I want you to use those talents. Can I count on you?
Absolutely.
To you.
And thank you. I think.
It's quite all right. And you.
Me.
He turns to Alexei and nods. There's few players who've really excited me for the game. To be honest, I look at Blood Bowl for the most part as more of a investment than I do as a sport. But when I saw you play, I remember I did get excited. You have a flair about you, speed, insights. You know what to do on the pitch and off it. You can turn people to your hand.
Is he popping a boner?
Sorry?
Is he popping a boner right now?
You're looking at his pants.
I am not popping a boner. I say it's a pleasure to entertain and to be of service, my lord.
Hij knikt. Hij zegt van, nou, I know both of you
Boner, dude.
can't or don't want to play. But to be honest, I believe most games are decided not on the pitch, but off it, before the match is played. Right now, the team we have, perhaps you've seen them play outside, and they aren't very good.
Wait, that is the actual team?
Yes, it is. I'm afraid my nephew let things run in a bad direction. Most of our talented players are gone. And the rest, actually all of them are gone. I mean, they left or they died.
Is there still room for acquiring actual players?
There is, but we're going to need money to buy some real proper ones. And that's actually where I wanted you to get started. Our first game is against Uchent Onyxbreaker. Uchent leads the Unchained, and he is a very feral beastman. They're one of the stronger teams, at the very least one of the more dangerous ones. And if we field the team we have now, I think they will die. Probably all of them. So,
and they might decrease in their ability to play by a little bit as well.
Yes.
Not a lot.
Not a lot, but...
No, you're right. I've seen corpses play better.
Yeah, I mean, there's some pretty good under teams out there.
Yes, well, we don't have a necromancer at our disposal, so I don't think that's a route we can take.
I could study some if you...
No.
No.
No. What we are going to do is we're going to make money and we're going to hire better players. And then we're going to make this team great again.
Okay.
I'm looking somewhat troubled because in my head, he was going to pay us for doing stuff.
Yeah.
And now we're going to make him... all right, I guess.
As if you look worried. What's wrong?
I'm like really subtly trying to look in how much gold I have in my pouch just to see if I need to borrow Galen some money. I mean, seriously.
No, you said. I'm not asking you for your money. I said, don't worry. We might not have a lot of money at this time, but one of my strengths is that I know how to get money. I just need some people to be my hands to actually get it done. That's where you come in. So
would this money be currently in someone else's possession, my lord?
Well, not the money we're talking about today. How do most teams make a good part of their money?
Sponsorships, winnings.
Yeah.
Yes, sponsorships. That's right. And at this time, we don't really have one. Well, I mean, we have one, but it's really not worth anything. So what we need is a proper sponsor. And there is one with a lot of money. And I hope to sign it. Orchidus. Now,
Orchidus?
Orchidus.
Orchidus, the shoes, remember?
Yes.
Oh boy.
You both know Orchidus because it's a very famous brand. But Orchidus is owned, by orcs for the most part. And goblins. Not exactly the most common sponsor in these parts. But,
A bold move.
Yes, I know.
Well, that's you could call it that.
As a fun, but honestly, I don't think the fans will care as long as we're successful. I know that signing Orchidus might give the orcs and goblins some more influence in this part, but that's really the least of our worries at this time.
Losing the competition will give Chaos more power in these parts, so...
That's even
And that
worse.
is the last thing we need.
So, there was a representative of Orkidos visiting the Wild Rippers, another team taking part in the competition. But the coach of the Wild Rippers is insane and decided to turn the offer down, as I knew they would. So the goblins who wanted to make the deal should have had it back and should have tried to leave Osland, and they should have passed through Risted, but they haven't. They've gone missing.
Aha.
So we're looking for missing goblins?
That's right.
And
I
you
want them
think
found.
if we find them, they'll be so grateful that they'll offer us the sponsorship?
I wanted to try to get them to sign a deal with us when they came to Risted anyway. But if they're in trouble and you can rescue them, well, yes, I think our odds will increase greatly.
Suppose we have the opportunity of not rescuing them. Should we point this out before setting them free?
Well,
Leverage. I like it.
I mean, do what's best for the team. That's what it comes down to. If you think you can get more money out of them, do it.
Well, goblins
We're in
are
a
always
desperate
known to
position.
honor. Goblins are always known to honor a bargain, right?
Wait, really?
No.
Good. Well,
When do we
all
leave?
right.
Where
To be
where were
honest,
they last seen?
Well, let's see. I do know that. He gets a stack of paper and looks it over. The goblins are called Kukta and Stock. Kukta is the one in charge. Now, they left, and I'll have to look at the map because I thought I wrote it down, but I can't find it here. They left Leefdal Dorf.
Yes, I'm
And-
looking at it right now.
Then they headed towards Wolfenburg, but they never arrived. So they disappeared
Alright.
somewhere between those two places.
So we're looking at
Between-
this stretch of forest between Leefdaldorf and Wolfenburg.
Wolfenburg.
Well, we
Yeah.
are in the Empire after all.
Yeah.
Right. When do you leave? Well, the sooner the better for the most part. But there are a few things I'd like you to do before you go. Don't take too long with them, if at all possible. But I've also given you the official position as being assistants to Lenric Balin. Do you know
Do
who
we
Lenric is?
Do we?
No, well,
Well, I'll quickly explain who Lenric is, and then I'll think about if whether you guys would know him. Lenric Balin is the coach to the team. He's fairly famous. I mean, he was the coach for a long time. I kind of would expect Alexei to know, considering he's been in the world for at least a little while. I'm not sure if
Considering that Blood Bowl is the central political power machine, and this is
Yeah.
the city we live in, I think everyone in the city would know who the team's coach is, right?
I mean, he's pretty famous.
I think there's a difference between knowing who he is and him knowing him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You might
So-
have met him.
Yeah.
I think I might have, or he might have met me.
Yes, you probably, yeah. So anyway, you guys will be his assistants, but in these letters, he hands you two letters, which I'd like you to pass on to him. I make it very clear that though you are officially his assistants, it doesn't mean that he gets to order you around.
Does that
Yeah,
make us
just-
Does that make us assistant coaches?
Yes, that is your official position. A horrible
Never in
waste
the
of team
world
value,
been a
I know.
wizard assistant coach.
Yes.
Yes. And I want you to make sure that he does his job well. I know that you won't be able to do that all the time. For instance, now you're going to have to do something, so you're not able to look over his shoulder all the time. But Lenric is something of a problem to me. The team has been doing very poorly, and I have to believe that Lenric is partly to blame. I don't know.
think he's doing his job.
Well, not good enough, clearly, because if he was, we wouldn't be in this situation. Now, maybe
Sure.
there's, he can't do everything, I understand, but the team is be doing really poorly, and I have to believe.
I think we can do this. Alexei,
Yeah.
how about we keep an eye on him for a while, see who he talks to, see whether any money changes hands, maybe.
All right.
That's a good idea, but possibly do that after the mission if it's something that takes a while.
Yes.
Do realize Lenric has been with the team for a good time. About 20 years he's been the coach, and because of that, he's still relatively popular. So he's good at talking to people, basically. So we can't just kick him out of the team.
Mm-hmm.
So tread carefully.
Yes.
One thing is that he'll probably know who Alexei is, being a famous face and all that.
Yes, I think
He
so.
probably does not know who I am.
Yes, probably he doesn't.
If you do not fully trust this man, I would recommend that we keep it that way for now. If you truly wish me to figure out what's going on, having us formally introduced might actually be detrimental.
So you just want me to be formally introduced?
Yeah, I can be.
There goes
I
your-
can be off the books, perhaps.
There goes your chance to be first wizard assistant coach ever.
The problem is that if you don't have this title, people might start asking questions when we meet.
I see.
Lenric
could
has
be-
his,
he-
Lenric
he
has his
looks a
spies
little-
too.
I
He
know,
looks a
I
little
know,
embarrassed.
I know. Siegfried could be my bard.
Perhaps
You know what?
Perhaps
I
you could
have-
hire me as to assist during the matches as the
Masseuse?
All right.
as a wizard.
give-
I am a wizard.
Means you're really good with your hands.
As a fun secret, please. There's no reason for this. The two of you can sort this out. Honestly, I have other things to take care of. Just realize that Lenric has his sources as well, and we need to explain your presence here. And if you were just a wizard that we were hiring, you probably wouldn't be showing up as often as you did.
Very
So,
well.
this is an excuse that would work for them. If you can come up with something else that will work, go
We
ahead.
shall. I think we shall just have to work around the fact that he knows who we are.
Yes. Well, he hands you the letters. It might also be an idea to quickly meet the team. What there
I don't
is.
think I want to.
Well,
I think it would be wise.
I think it's going to be an embarrassment.
Well, these
For
are going to
them.
be these are going to be the people doing this, and you
Yes,
might
but it's going
you
to be
might
embarrassing for them.
correctly or not, you might be an inspiration.
Well, I have inspired lots of many people.
yes.
Right, let us go. We shall inspire this team. Come on, Siegfried.
Good. And remember, I have faith in your abilities, and I expect greatness.
I expect greatness from you too, my lord, and I have faith in yours. Onwards!
He looks a little bit surprised at the reply, but he just lets you go on your way.
Alright YouTube, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this, remember to leave it a thumbs up at the bottom. And of course, if you'd like to see more videos, do check out the channel and hit subscribe on your top right.